Today was a great day for people who think diversity is our greatest strength. Central London was brought to a screeching halt.
The Met Police are facing their greatest challenge yet. With protesters on one side, far-right agitators on the other, and terrified civilians caught in the middle, how can they possibly maintain order? This footage puts you in the shoes of those tasked with protecting a city on the brink. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. But as chaos engulfs central London, a bigger question looms. Has the situation already spiraled beyond their control?
The Metropolitan Police decided to close several major roads so a procession could march through the capital. They said officers are present to minimise...
Watch as we break down the tactics, the failures, and the impossible choices faced by law enforcement in a city tearing itself apart. The scene on Oxford Street is a powder keg of tension. Christmas shoppers jostle uneasily alongside protesters and counter-protesters, the festive atmosphere all but evaporated. In the midst of this chaos stands Met Police Officer Jane, her face etched with worry as she scans the crowd. Jane's years on the force have taught her to read a situation quickly, but nothing could have prepared her for this. She feels the weight of her duty pressing down on her, even as her heart aches for the frightened civilians caught in the crossfire of ideological battles. Suddenly, Jane's attention snaps to a group of masked individuals moving purposefully towards a shopfront. Her pulse quickens.
Probably also point out at this stage that we contacted the Met Police and they told us that no arrests had been made. There appears to be quite a stark contrast here to how...
Are they protesters, looters, or just scared shoppers trying to find shelter? In these charged moments, it's become harder than ever to tell friend from foe. As Jane approaches the group, the tension in the air thickens. She knows all too well the statistics. Officer injuries during protests have skyrocketed. Each step towards the unknown carries the risk of violence erupting. The cacophony of the street grows louder. Pro-Palestine chants swell, drowning out the tinny Christmas carols still playing from shop speakers. The incongruity of it all, peace on earth being preached while conflict rages on the pavement, isn't lost on Jane. In a split second, Jane must make a decision that could alter the course of events. Does she intervene, potentially escalating the situation, or hang back, possibly allowing a crime to occur? The weight of recent confrontations with both protesters and far-right groups weighs heavily on her mind. Jane takes a deep breath and steps forward, her hand raised in what she hopes is a calming gesture. The masked individuals turn, and for a moment, time seems to stand still. Then, chaos erupts. The immediate consequences of Jane's choice unfold in a blur of motion and shouting. As she grapples with the situation, Jane can't help but think that this is just the beginning. The real challenge, mending a city torn apart by hatred and fear, is only just beginning.
could essentially be arrested. So, just so we are clear, this stuff would be bad in Britain.
While Jane grapples with the chaos on Oxford Street, another drama unfolds just a few streets away. Ahmed, a Syrian shopkeeper, watches his life's work become the unlikely battleground in London's ideological war. How did a man who fled conflict end up at the heart of another? Ahmed's journey from war-torn Syria to the bustling streets of London was supposed to be a path to safety and new beginnings. He poured his savings and dreams into a small corner store, a symbol of hope in a city that promised opportunity. But now, as protests rage outside his shop window, Ahmed finds himself caught in a familiar crossfire. The tension in the air is palpable as opposing groups converge near Ahmed's store. Pro-Palestine chants clash with far-right slogans, drowning out the festive music still playing inside. Ahmed's heart races as he sees masked individuals eyeing his shop front. Are they protesters, looters, or just scared shoppers seeking refuge? As the situation escalates, Ahmed faces an impossible choice. Should he barricade the doors, protecting his livelihood but potentially putting himself in danger? Or should he take a stand, risking everything he's built to defend his beliefs? The weight of this decision bears down on him, a stark reminder of the choices he faced in Syria. But in this moment of crisis, unexpected allies emerge. A group of local business owners, representing a tapestry of backgrounds and beliefs, band together to protect their street. This show of solidarity challenges the very narrative of division playing out before them. Ahmed finds himself shoulder to shoulder with people he might never have spoken to before, united by a common goal. As the day wears on, the true cost of these ideological battles becomes painfully clear. Ahmed's sales have plummeted, mirroring the struggles of businesses up and down Oxford Street. The Christmas shopping season, usually a lifeline for small stores, has been overshadowed by fear and conflict. Ahmed wonders how long he can hold on if this continues. The human toll of these protests extends far beyond broken windows or lost revenue. It's etched in the worry lines on Ahmed's face, in the trembling hands of elderly shoppers, and in the eyes of children witnessing hatred firsthand. As night falls on a changed London landscape, one question hangs in the air. In a city so deeply fractured, where do we go from here? As the dust settles on Oxford Street, London finds itself grappling with the aftermath of a day that shook its foundations. The physical scars are evident: shattered shop windows, debris-strewn pavements, and the lingering, acrid smell of smoke. But the emotional toll runs deeper, etched into the faces of shopkeepers, protesters, and police officers alike. The city's cherished image as a beacon of multiculturalism and tolerance now stands tarnished, forcing Londoners to confront uncomfortable truths about the divisions that lie just beneath the surface. The events have ignited a fierce debate about the true cost of free speech and public safety in a diverse metropolis.
Look, there's nothing wrong with religious celebrations, but does it just feel like maybe there are different rules?
While some argue that the right to protest is sacrosanct, others question whether that right should come at the expense of public order and economic stability. The Met Police, caught between these competing interests, face intense scrutiny over their handling of the situation. Did they strike the right balance between protecting free expression and maintaining security, or did their actions or inactions inadvertently fan the flames of discord? As London picks up the pieces, there's a growing recognition that simply returning to business as usual is no longer an option. The urgent need for meaningful dialogue and understanding between communities has never been more apparent. Some are looking to successful initiatives in cities like Bristol and Manchester, where community engagement programs have shown promise in reducing tensions during protests. But can such approaches work in a city as vast and complex as London? The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The capital's future harmony depends on its ability to bridge the divides exposed by this tumultuous day.